Welcome to today's panel session. Today we're talking about how Trust Cloud is part of the Crown Hosting initiative to help deliver hybrid multi-cloud environments to UK public sector as a stepping stone to support cloud transformation within that framework. I'm joined today by Steve Hall, CEO of Crown Hosting, and Chris Boys, Chief Operating Officer from Trust Systems. I'm Andrew Fox, Sales Director for Trust, and before we sort of go into too much of the detail, the Trust Cloud proposition, we are working in partnership with Crown Hosting, Nutanix and Lenovo to deliver a stepping stone multi-cloud hybrid platform to really sort of support UK public cloud. Steve, before we get into too much of the detail, can you just give us a bit of a background as to why the initiative, why Crown Hosting are looking it's important to deliver that environment?
Yeah, we'll do, Andy. Nice to be here with you all today. I think it's just worth a little bit of history to set the context. So when Crown Hosting was first put in place in 2015, it was to solve a particular problem, which was what do we do with the infrastructure that's hosting applications that can't naturally go to the cloud? So really, it was just a lift and shift your old infrastructure from your old data center into a newer data center. Crown Hosting has been hugely successful. We've saved over £2 billion for the public sector since 2015. Saved significant amounts of carbon emissions. Typically, we save 99% against the legacy infrastructure. But the times change and technology changes and the way that business needs to operate in the digital world changes. So we saw that there was a gap, essentially, that people were moving into the data center, possibly for the first time. They were getting their arms around their data, but realizing that they couldn't always just go to the cloud. And as I said, times change, and it might not necessarily be right for them to go to the cloud. So we thought, well, let's bring the cloud to the data, and let's have this hybrid environment set up.
Fantastic, yeah. I think we recognise most organisations in today, public sector no different, having to embrace multi-cloud, hybrid cloud. And really, how do you feel Trust Cloud sort of really looks to help address some of the issues faced in public sector today?
Yeah, like I said, we now know where the data is. And for me, it's all about outcomes now. So what we see in working with Trust Cloud is delivering tools, the right tool for the right job at the right time, in the right place, at the right cost, rather than just saying we're going to put all of our infrastructure into the cloud, which might not be appropriate. So it's really about giving the customer the right choice. And what we see from you guys is an agility and innovation and a can-do spirit, really, that I think works very well with the spirit that Crown Hosting brings to this environment.
Fantastic, yeah, absolutely, and we're delighted to be part of that initiative. And really, early stages are looking really positive.
Sandy, I've tried to position where I see the hybrid strategy for the public sector customers. I'm interested now to chat to you about how Trust can deliver on that strategy.
Fantastic, yeah, and absolutely, we feel we're going to be a key part of the hybrid cloud environment, giving UK public sector a different choice against some of our larger competitors. We've very much embraced the fact that we are an SMB and we are the SMB partner in this community cloud environment. And we believe that gives us the agility and focus that gives us very much a managed service, customer-centric approach to be delivering outcomes for organisations. Our approach is very much around applications and business processes, and one size doesn't fit all. We want to approach a multi-cloud and get organisations to try and adopt a multi-cloud environment, trying to sort of choose a cloud as an operating model rather than a place to sort of dump your data. We have significant experience of working with large organisations, in particular ARC data centres. We've been a partner of yours for the last 7 years, delivering business critical infrastructure, managed services and transformation support, along with other UK large global organisations such as Eon Control Solutions, delivering for some of their defence and financial organisations. So we've got pedigree, we've got the capability and scalability to deliver, but at a SMB level that's very much focused. The platform that we've designed is very much in line with the DDAC playbook, focused to deliver the outcomes around sustainability, commercial models that can give, again, those benefits, not just around the infrastructure and the efficiencies and that environment, but actually around the whole package, deliver against some of those key KPIs that are being driven down through central government.
Yeah, I mean, it's just really exciting for me to get an SMB in place, really, to give options and give choices rather than just going to the hyperscalers that normally come to front of mind. And your references are incredible in this area.
Yeah, again, we've been working with these businesses from delivering national critical infrastructure, and it gives us that certain level of focus that we believe we can deliver into the public sector, and really have that focus for delivering for the customer a different environment. That operating model, rather than just a sheer place to deliver your data center, is key for us.
Yeah, I can see how, because you can tailor your solution to your customer's requirements rather than it being a one-size-fits-all customer solution.
Absolutely. So we're being SMB and being sort of independent, we've got the ability to work with best-of-breed partners, of which we've selected Lenovo and Nutanix, using their service reference architecture to help deliver this multi-cloud environment within Crown Hosting. That, coupled with our managed service capability, really does give us a point of difference to some of our larger competitors in the environment.
That's great.
Fantastic. So we talked a lot about the actual sort of Trust Cloud, the background, the environment in which we're operating in, the benefits that we can deliver to UK public sector. Chris, can I just bring you in here at this point and just can you give us a bit of an overview as to sort of the Trust Cloud infrastructure proposition?
Yeah, so it's a combined proposition in terms of bringing together our technology solution, our services, and then the benefits of Crown Hosting as a partner and the technology partners you've already mentioned. So we've already got the government-approved framework for sovereign data centre. People know where the data is going to be stored and reside. You've got the sustainability credentials of Crown Hosting. And then what we're doing is compounding that by using high-density, hyperconverged technology in a dense rack model to minimise the power draw. So the clients can get a benefit of moving into the data centre, being more efficient with the cooling and the technology around the data centre, but also the technology that's running in the racks. Clearly, we run that on an OPEX model, so we can allow the client to move from CAPEX if they've got an investment spend and a refresh. We can move them into the cloud or a step in the direction of the cloud. So that might be private cloud and trust racks, but we don't have to do, as you said, Steve, one size fits all. It doesn't have to be a big bang. You can gradually siphon across the technology into the trust cloud and put the right workload where you need it and do that on a gradual basis. We're also well positioned to allow, as part of that migration from the client environment into OPEX, we can take legacy applications. They run well in Trust Cloud, and we can provide a rapid deployment. So we'll typically work with the client for a proof of concept, a couple of weeks to 4 weeks to get over any concerns they've got with the environment, to trial it. And then throughout that process, then we tend to get involved with how they're going to make the chess moves to move specific workloads or dependent workloads together in batches to start them on that stepping stone into the cloud. The other benefit of being part of the Crown Hosting ecosystem is that the other hyperscalers are got on-prem solutions as well, so we can leverage either the local hyperscaler footprints that Crown Hosting have got next to Trust Cloud for data locality, or the connectivity that Crown Hosting has into the public hyperscalers.
Fantastic. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, you've really nailed a few significant points there that are going to really sort of hopefully resonate with a lot of people listening in the UK public sector, delivering a different commercial model, looking at the OPEX, looking at sustainability, modernise the infrastructure stack to help improve application performance and business processes. So it sounds that proposition should hopefully resonate as some value to deliver against some of those DDAT sort of KPIs and initiatives that are sort of driving down. So in terms of the operating model, can I ask you just to sort of elaborate a little bit more around sort of the Trust Cloud sort of operating model?
Yeah, so I guess having been in the industry for a while with different MSPs, it's a matter of being able to provide the right environment for the pace of the client's journey into the cloud. So it might be the first step, or it might be one of the final steps when they've got a difficult workload that they're trying to move into the cloud. I mentioned technology in terms of the combined proposition and the benefits that we've got in Trust Cloud, but I think one of the key elements is the way that we're using the Nutanix technology and the hypervisor that can run both in the client environment. So we're talking to clients that have already got Nutanix in their own on-prem solutions, and they want to be able to move that seamlessly into Trust Cloud. The ability of that hypervisor allows us to do that, and to do it with a common view and management plane allows us to run the managed service, but you've got a central view of all the workloads and where they're residing. Okay. The big benefit then to crystallise that in terms of the next step, or if customers ultimately heading towards the public cloud, is that that's also supported by the hyperscalers in their bare metal environments. So the client can literally have Nutanix components on each step into the cloud and move those workloads around, and they can put them at the right cost, at the right consolidation model, or the right coupling for where the data is next to the application.
It's really providing true agility.
Absolutely,
And,
mobility of the application.
Mobility and agility, giving really the customer the choice of where to put that workload in that application to maximise the performance and efficiency.
It's a really dynamic environment that's been created, isn't it?
Yeah.
And without it being too scary for the client, because like you've described, Chris, you can take them through all the steps and help them on the way. It's not a case of
gradual process.
This is a really dynamic and scary environment. Over to you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, and that, absolutely. Then with the managed service on the back end as well, so really helping to support transform. But then it's the long term, isn't it? It's that life cycle. It's that continuous improvement to continue to deliver the benefits back to the organisation based on the requirements that fit today. So thank you, Chris. That's a really, really good overview. Well, look, I mean, hopefully that gives everyone who's listening a good overview of the partnership that's in place with Crown Hosting, Nutanix, and Lenovo. Why we selected that combination to deliver, that against the initiatives that are being sort of driven from central government. We truly believe that the Trust Cloud proposition, as a combination of all the parts, provides a differentiated cloud solution in the marketplace, and we're really excited to work with the partners and yourself to help support, cloud transformation in the public sector. So thank you very much, Steve, for your input, and thank you, Chris, for your support. And look, we'd love to discuss further with organisations about how we can really help that transformation, how as an SMB partner we can offer that agility, and help organisations really adopt the principle of cloud as an operating model rather than just a location. Thank you very much for listening.